Dumelang bana ba ha Kresete. Understanding Shekinah Part 2. We now focus on the voice of Shekinah. Listening to Shekinah. Listening to the glory of the Lord. In the previous session, we learned that Shekinah is a Hebrew word used to describe the visible glory, which signifies the presence of God. We now look at the burning bush story when Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, and the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Moses' attention was caught by the fact that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn it. He had expected the bush to burn. It was a strange sight. Sometimes we need strange things to happen to us before we give the Lord our attention. When life is normal, we don't even remember that those lives are guided by God, are given by God. We don't even bother to thank God for waking us up in the morning. Now that COVID-19 seems to be fading, we are starting to relax. We used to observe certain practices, certain pattern of praying, fasting, and worshiping. But now we are relaxed. Strange events are over, so we think. When Moses tried to approach the burning bush, he heard the voice of God. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. The environment was scary. Moses hid his face as he was afraid to look at God. Moses listened attentively to the voice of Shekinah. I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I'm concerned about their suffering. That was the voice of the Lord. I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. The lesson in this narrative, brethren, don't worry about the threatening appearance of Shekinah. Don't worry about the storms that accompany Shekinah. Don't worry about the earthquakes that happen around Shekinah. Don't worry about the flames around Shekinah. They are there to attract our attention like they did to Moses. God knows we are too busy to listen to him. We therefore need those flames of Shekinah to come nearer to him. Moses decided to approach the bush as he was attracted by the flames that came from it, especially that the bush itself did not burn. What is important, brethren, is to listen to the voice of Shekinah, the message of the Lord. Moses listened and God spoke. So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. Abraham, on the other hand, you remember, was not distracted when God wanted to speak to him. There was no need to show him strange things first. Although his environment was full of evildoers, he just listened to God quietly. As God said, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. Brethren, Saul was too busy murdering God's people. Shekinah visited him whilst on the horse. He was forced through a lightning to listen to the voice of Shekinah. He had to fall from the horse. He fell from grace first, and he subsequently responded to the voice of Shekinah. His name was even changed from Saul to Paul. Brethren, do we give ourselves time to listen to the voice of Shekinah? The message that comes to us through strange things that happen to us. Do we ever listen to the message that comes to us as we lie sick in bed? Do we ever listen to the message that comes to us as we find ourselves unemployed? Do we ever listen to the message that comes to us as we go through traumatic experiences of loneliness due to divorce and betrayal? Brethren, is it not time now to listen to the voice of Shekinah? Reetsang lentswe la Jesu. O kampanye o fentse. Jana wa le kgothatsa. Keep on praying. Keep on listening to the voice of Shekinah.